This is almost a joke at this point, so if you want to turn the video off now, you'll probably end up a lot smarter. Welcome back to Foothills Firewood, guys. My name's Britt, and today we're going to be taking down a dead pine. Let's get it. All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is not a video that I would like to make. I am going to try to film it, and we'll see how it turns out, but this is the last thing that I want to do in lieu of this channel being, you know, my day off and firewood and things around my property. I'm going to go ahead and film it. But nevertheless, what we're doing today is we're taking down a dead pine. And when I say dead, I mean very dead. So the backstory here is this pine died last summer. I believe it got hit with the beetle. And I've kind of been keeping an eye on it, and it's been low, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's been low risk, at least to the naked eye. It looked solid. You know, the bark's starting to fall off, and I was like, you know what, I need to get this thing down. But it continues to get knocked down the list of importance with things that I have to do around here. So I load the tractor up with firewood bundles to take up to the bundle stand last night because of the aforementioned trip that we're going to be taking today. And I realized, you know, maybe I should check on this pine because it is leaning directly over my bundle stand. Like, if it falls, it will 100%, if it falls the way it wants to, it'll crash the bundle stand and a couple of my totes up there. So I thought to myself, I better check on this thing before I go out of town. I walk over to look at this thing, and when I tell you guys that this thing is dead, I'm talking about unsafe, dead, dead, dead. All right, so I hate that I'm even having to do this, but I want people to be able to come here and get firewood, enjoy with their family, and have a good time. I don't need them risking their life for a bundle of firewood that's a few bucks cheaper than the store, but much bigger. You know what I'm saying? So we are going to, I say we because my buddy Chase has been nice enough to say that he'd swing by here. Not a lot of people in the immediate area that, you know, I'm comfortable with driving the tractor or just running the, you know, the equipment, and Chase is definitely one of those guys. So I asked him if I could get a rope in the tree and have everything kind of rigged up, if he would come here. We're going to try to pull this thing over. That's why I say I need the tractor. I'd like to be on the ground by the tree because I'm going to try to put a little bit of a notch in it. But again, we're going to play that by ear when I see it because this thing is dead. I'd prefer to be nowhere near this tree. I don't want any of the spar at the top slinging off and hitting me, and I definitely don't want anybody else near it. So I'm going to try to, my goal here is to get something up in the tree as high as I can, which probably won't be high because I don't have tools and equipment, and use a snatch block or some type of diverter to around another tree to try to pull it in the angle that I want it to be pulled. From that point, I would like to have enough rope for Chase or whoever's on the tractor to be down the driveway a bit, for there to be no issue or not to be in harm's way in that regard. So ultimately, I would like to pull this dead thing over. If it smashes the bundle stand, then that, so be it. Like I said, that thing cost me essentially $0 to make, and a little bit of my time, I'll make another one. But I think we can get this thing down safely, and we're gonna video it. Just getting everything loaded up here. Again, I was literally loading bundles last night, which is why you see all those bundles that never made it into the stand when I found this thing. And I'll take you guys up there and show you that as well. But you know, basic stuff here, guys. I don't have a ton of equipment. By any means, I don't have the right equipment. I can assure you that. These are Harbor Freight ropes that literally say they have a working capacity of like 300 pounds. I'm assuming that means somebody that weighs 300 pounds could rappel off these, but you wouldn't catch me checking that out. I've got a couple of these. I think this is a 75 footer. I just keep these. I don't know where that rope's from, but I'd almost guarantee you it's Harbor Freight. Probably a 75 or 100 foot rope there. I've got this, it'll go around the tree. Somewhere in this pile of junk is a snatch block that we will use. And again, it's from Harbor Freight too. This is all just stuff that I had. You know, we're not going to go out and spend a ton of money, and we also just don't have the time, even if we wanted to do that. So let me take you guys up there and get everything squared away. I'm going to have everything ready for when Chase has a minute to drop by here, and we'll see what we can't do. All right, guys, let's walk up here and take a look at everything. By the way, anybody that's watched any of my previous videos, you guys see that the old natural ramp here is thriving. just another place for me to park something. So there's the truck. Let's head on up here to the bundle stand. Another thing that's making matters worse is that I'm gonna have to move, you know, multiple things up here so it just doesn't crash down. At least 2 totes. I'm gonna leave the bundle stand. If it, you know, if it crashes on the bundle stand, so be it. This is the pine in question right here. It's a pretty good sized tree, y'all. This is the pocket that I want to fell it in. There's a gum tree right here, small one, maybe 6 or 7 inches. And then this is, let me see here, that's an elm tree. So I'm going to try to split the pocket here with the elm and the gum. Boy, a couple winners right there, elm and gum. Where's the sycamore at? All right. So literally people come right in here, they pull right down there, they park, and then they unload. I mean, this thing would just absolutely demolish someone. And that's not an option. Let me see if I can back up here and just video how bad this thing's leaning and how dead it is. It just goes right there and just almost crooks right over. And it's tall, it's above the canopy. It's the tallest tree up there minus this little oak. And when I say unsafe, guys, I mean it. Look at this. So the thing about pine is when the beetle kills it, it dies off, but the heartwood oftentimes stays like amazingly strong. So I'm hoping, and I think that's the situation that we are in right now, where you know, the sapwood for 3 to 4 inches is rotted, what you guys just saw me pick off, but that the heartwood has enough strength for me to at least just get a safe notch in it. We'll probably rig to one of these trees right here behind me and then come down the driveway. So again, hopefully it'll fall across the driveway, and hopefully, you know, I'll have enough rope for Chase or whoever to be down here. I don't know if you guys can hear that mower in the background. Chase has a landscape company and he's mowing across the street. So he's nice enough to lend me a hand on a Friday, and I don't want to take much of his time. So hopefully he'll be down here just pulling with the tractor or the truck. I don't know. We'll see what he thinks. But like I said, guys, cutting down a dead tree is the most dangerous tree you can cut down. Leaners are dangerous because they have risks of barber chair. But I'd still rather, I mean, this is a dead leaner, you know what I mean? That's as bad as it gets. I'd still rather you bore cut a leaner and try to just, you know, clip the trigger on it than to cut a straight standing dead tree. These are completely unpredictable. So the saw that I'm going to be using is the MS-250. Mainly because this tree is dead. It doesn't need anything bigger than that, and it's the lightest saw that I have. And I'll spare you guys the camera footage of me running away from this thing, but let me tell you, when a big boy needs to move, he gonna move. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm lifting with my forks instead of just using my forks, and you would be correct in thinking, hey, this idiot probably bent his forks. That's exactly what I did, and so now they are essentially extended lift until I get some new forks. I plan on having new forks soon, so we'll see. As with anything, preparation and getting things ready takes the longest. This is almost a joke at this point, so if you want to turn the video off now, you'll probably end up a lot smarter. But stick around, learn to laugh at me. This is literally the only tree, and I know you think I'm crazy because there's one like literally 18 inches this way, there's a couple this way, and there's some back there. When you're talking about trajectory here, this is literally the only tree that I have an option to rig to, and it's essentially a large stem. So we'll see where it takes us. I'm gonna wrap this thing up and try to get a little snatch block on it, and we'll anchor it straight down the driveway there. Around and around we go. This is about to be the little maple that could, or maybe the little maple that didn't, depending on how this goes. And whatever this is, there's a little hickory in my way. God, it's hot out here. Muggy. Really? All right, let's see what I got here. Try to use the strap as a little bit of a protector to the tree. All right. Really? Oh my God. All right, guys, we got the gang here. The only other man I trust to run this rig. Here's what we got. We are rigged to the smallest tree in the forest here. Classic. With a Harbor Freight snatch block to a Harbor Freight rope to that dead pine right there. I'm gonna go try to get a notch out of it and then get out of the way. You cranked up? Third high? Let's get it. Let's go, baby. Vacation time.
I think I broke the rope.
Where's TKP at, baby? In the hole, baby. Look at this hole. We had a couple feet between this gum and this elm, these two elms. Look at that. The top's all over the place. I'll tell you what, it's time for vacation. I'm about to saw it here and there. Clear this out so people can get wood this week, and I'll fix the rest of it later. Let my neighbor Steven look at it. I know he likes to look across the street and see what we're up to. Hell yeah, Chase. What do you think?
Looks good.
Nailed it.
Out all right.
Couldn't have done it without Chase on the tractor, baby. Let's load this bundle stand up and go on vacation. Let's check it out. Luckily, just like I thought, we had a little bit of heartwood, but I mean, you can't even, it's hard to argue that that's integrally stable there. This thing was donezo. In the hole, baby. All right, guys, I just got done mowing the grass. We got that dead pine on the ground safely, and we are quite literally ready to wheels up for this Florida vacation. This was the last thing that I had to do, but I wanted to hop on here and just tell you guys a couple things. One, always be careful cutting down dead trees. For anybody that doesn't cut trees, and I'm not a professional by any means, I am a homeowner that doesn't want to pay someone else. Anybody who doesn't cut trees that wants to try it out, I would never try it out on a dead tree. All right, cut a few down that you're familiar with or that you can learn more about and read better before you cut one of these dead trees. I'm not anybody to tell anybody else what to do on their property, but I would urge you to be very careful around dead trees. And again, I'm not a professional. Anything bad could have happened to me just as quick as it could have happened to anybody else. I've got a few hours on a saw, but I am no tree guy, so I just wanted to mention that. Another thing I'll mention, obviously not sponsored, don't have any discount codes, but if you're looking for a nice pair of boots, I got the Brunt Omens, and I've been wearing them for probably 2 weeks now, maybe longer, and I'm in love with these boots. I put out feelers in the Firewood community to see what everybody was wearing and what they felt was good. I needed something that was a summer boot. That my cowboy boot goes all the way up to, right below my knee. I needed something that was low top. I love the fact that they're slip-ons. They are pricey. I think I paid $160 shipped. I've already dropped a couple of logs on them, and the comp toe in these things is top notch. So super comfortable. I wear them day in and day out when I'm doing work outside. Cannot recommend them enough. I'll turn you guys around and let you see them. All right, so this is what we're working with. I mean, yo, damn, forgot I put church socks on. Anyway, clearly I need some Camel City Mills, also not sponsored. But these things are slip-on. These are stretch. I could not say enough good things about the comfort. All that said, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up so we can get this vacation started. I might take you guys on a little bit of a tour on this vacation with me. I'll definitely bring the cameras and we'll just see how it goes. But I do appreciate you guys spending some of your time with me today. I appreciate all the comments, the likes, the shares, subscribes, and until next time, we're out here having fun. Thanks for watching. Where's the next stop? Let's go.